Hey guys, it's Kelly Ann and welcome back to Flossy Friday. Couple things to share with y'all, and I am so excited about a few of them, like can't contain it. But I think part of that is also because I'm incredibly low on sleep because I've been watching the World Series. Ayo! And also because I've been teaching all week and working on my big project, and literally I'm just drained of energy. So it's a combination of all those things. So I have my Harry Potter to show you where I stopped working on it. And I know that I was talking a whole lot about not wanting to stop it, but then something came in the mail. And you're going to get to see all of it in all of its glory, but I had to just touch one of them and start something new. And if you can't guess by the way I just phrased that, my order came in. Or by the title of this, my order came in, and I'm so freaking thrilled, guys. I'm just so excited. So I can't wait to show you where I left off in Harry Potter, where my new start is at, and my haul, which I'm so excited about, because literally it's going to be all the things. All the things starting. I did debate on doing the stash video this week, but we'll get into why that just was not conducive. And we'll also talk about a really cool app that I just got, which most of you probably already know about and or use and have, but it's my first time playing with it, so I want to talk about what I think are the pros and cons of it. You'll either like that or you won't. And then I did finish a book, so we will talk about books at the end and anything else in between. But seriously, say some prayers. I know some of y'all have to be LA Dodger fans, but really, guys, Texas really wants and needs this win. I know that California really wants and needs the win too. Honestly, if any two teams could be together, both teams really want this. I know, to boost morale in their state and in their area. I totally get it. But being an Astros fan, I really hope that we get it. I'll be happy if they get it too, but we really want to get it. The second game was our first ever World Series win, and this is our second time in franchise history to ever go to the World Series. It's a huge deal history-wise, and it's a huge deal city-wise, and yeah, it's just fantastic. I can't wait till this weekend for the 3 games to see how they wind up, and I really hope that it goes to the orange and yellow and white. I mean, I really do. All right, so anyways, enough of that. Let's just jump into it. It's been a long week, but we'll get into it. So I was working on my Harry Potter, my giant Harry Potter. I took some better photos over the weekend on Sunday, and I posted them because I do show you all of my giant Harry Potter in videos whenever I do pull it out, but I don't like spend time on the sections. It's just too big. So I did take pictures that showed every section that I have completed and posted it on Instagram. So if you have not seen that, please go check that out. But I will show you again. So as far as the first half goes, I have one of the sides done, and I'm coming up on the other side over here to bring the frame all the way around. But I've been working on the bottom half, and mostly because whenever I'm stitching on this, because it is so long, it's definitely easier fabric-wise and all the fabric being on the bottom half of my hoop whenever I'm working on the top, but it kind of makes me dread and hate working on the bottom half of the pattern because I hate having all the fabric bunched up at the top. So that's why I was working on the bottom half of it, because it's my least favorite, and mainly because it's just hard to hold. It gets heavy. So this is a fourth of the bottom half, and I'll fold it one more time to show you the bottom half, which is almost complete across 3 rows on the bottom, which is really exciting. So this is part of the middle section, which is really cool. Okay, and then here is the bottom section. So what I finished last week, is on this side. So what I finished this last week was I finished these three gentlemen right here. I finished the sword, the love potion, Luna's glasses, the necklace, the cauldron, these three Weasleys, and I started this one over here. And then I did this rule, and I did Umbridge and Filch. So, my next goal whenever I work on this is probably to finish, this will be a page finish right here. So my goal will be to finish that. And then I will probably jump up to somewhere in the middle or work a little bit more on this side border. Because one of the things that I did say, I think in my weekend vlog about this last weekend, was that one thing that's really nice about this, because I was working, what am I trying to say? Because I've done the border and I'm working on the last part of the border for this piece, it's really easy for me to kind of like jump around. So one of the reasons why whenever my package got here, I was so okay with putting this away once I finished the page that I was on, is because these Weasleys, though I love the Weasley family, it's a lot of oranges and browns, and it was really just getting obnoxious working with the same colors. So it is really fun, you know, if you do a couple of characters or something that all kind of look similar, that it's really easy to just like pick up and jump around to another section, because of how I stitched it. So I have, on this side, I have all of the first page of each row, and from here down, I have the last page of each row. So for a good chunk of it, I'm just filling in the middle pages. So I'm able to like jump around and stuff, because I did it like that, and that was mainly because I was so worried I wasn't gonna have enough fabric. Wow, we're 8 minutes in. Okay. All right, so that was my Harry Potter. This is going to get put back up. I would like to get this back out before the start of next year, but you'll see why that may or may not happen. But my goal really is to get that finished in 2018. Yeah. So something came in the mail the other day. Literally, I was talking about it in last week's video whenever I said that it's normal for me to get it basically in the last week. And then literally that day, I got post notification that it was on its way to me, and it came last Saturday, over the weekend. I did a little live video on my Dyed Panda group on Facebook, and it's still on there, but I went through all the fabrics on Saturday whenever I got them, and I had to start this piece. I have been wanting to start this piece for forever. I have a working copy of, I had the magazine, so I made a working copy of it, and I chose to get the fabric Mesa in the Picture This Plus sale. And Mesa is kind of like a peachy color. I'll fold it so you can't see where I'm at yet, but this is Mesa. It's a little bit more pink than what the camera is picking up, but it is kind of like my skin tone color in real life. But it's definitely like this peachy tone. It's nicely modeled. I absolutely love it. But I wanted to do it on something that kind of looks skin tone. I thought that the pattern, and I didn't say it, and I apologize. This is Stitchrovia, or in magazine, she goes by her name, which is Emma Congdon. But she's on Etsy as Stitchrovia, and about 6 or 7 months after they come out in the magazines, The patterns are usually available in her Etsy shop. But this is called Be Inkspired. She may or may not change the name once it's in the Etsy shop. Sometimes she does, sometimes she doesn't. But yeah, it's all of these really old tattoo designs, kind of like 1950s style, Sailor Jerry, if you know what I'm talking about, if you're a tattoo fan. So this is just, I've been in love with it. I've wanted to start it so many times, but I didn't have my fabric, so I finally started it Tuesday of this week, and no, not even, yes, Tuesday. I've been working on it for 2 days, and I'm going to work on it some more this weekend. I truly, truly love this pattern, and I love it even more on the fabric that I picked. So this is what it looks like so far. I am working on the outline for right now, and that's mainly because I went to go pull the colors, and like half of them aren't in my color box, so I really couldn't, but I'm gonna try and do, the pattern is only 2 pages big because it was in a magazine. So you have the bottom half and you have the top half. So I'm trying to do obviously the top half, and I'm trying to do all the outline first. Her color choices and the way that she has the shading done on this is literally spot on for how a tattoo basically looks and gets shaded and colored, and it's just, it's incredible. I may change a couple of the colors here and there, you know, and I might, just to give it a few of them a different type of look. But I absolutely love this. This is 2 days of work. I started over here, went over, I did about half of this and over, and then I finished this and up, on my second night. So I'm excited to work more on this. Those are my whips. No new starts that I can think of for this upcoming week. I am going to be working on my tattoo pattern because I really love it. I mean, I may change my mind whenever next week gets here, but as far as tonight and over the weekend, I'm definitely going to be working on the tattoo one. Also, let's just talk about that. This weekend is my birthday. My birthday is on Sunday. Saturday night, I am having a birthday party. Not many of my friends can come, which is unfortunate, but I totally understand. Many of them are married and have kids, and a lot of them couldn't get a babysitter, or it also is the fall, and that's like the busiest time of the year for me personally, not to mention the rest of my friends. So sometimes my birthdays are a little bit bleak, and that's okay with me, but I know like 4 or 5 of my friends are definitely coming. It is going to be themed. We're going to be dressing up. So if you want to know more about that, definitely watch my vlog after this weekend that comes out next Tuesday. It's going to be fun. So I don't know how much I'm going to be stitching Saturday after Saturday afternoon, because tonight I'm doing some party prep before stitching. Tomorrow I'm doing some party prep before stitching. Saturday, last minute things, and then hopefully stitching the whole day until it's time for me to get ready and in costume, which I'm really excited about. So you're going to get to see all of that on the vlog. And then I'm probably going to get inebriated. And then Sunday, my dad is coming up to hang out and celebrate my birthday with me and take me to lunch. And then I will probably stitch in the evening and, I don't know, watch movies or something. So anyways, just wanted to tell you that. So I don't know, maybe next week I'll be tired of stitching on this and I'll switch to something before next week's video. As of right now, I don't predict that, but like I said, I changed my mind this week too. But I got this beautiful, beautiful package from Picture This Plus, and I can show that because that's their information. So I'm really excited. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 fabrics, and I got $30 discount with the 25% off, and $5 shipping. My total, I'm not afraid to tell you, I spent $95. Would y'all stop? Thank you. I spent $95. I was originally going to spend way more than that because I wanted to build up my stash, but then at the same time, I was kind of like, ooh, I have so many whips. So next year might be more about building up my stash. This year, I only got fabrics for things that I really wanted to have that I had a project for, basically. I don't think that's a bad price for 9 pieces of fabric by them. 3 of my fabrics are 1/4 size, which is the 18 by 27. All the rest are the 13 by 18 size, which is the 1/8, and one of them was a crystal, which is also more expensive. So I'm just going to jump into this and get to showing you. So the first one I'm going to show you, Danielle, pay attention. This is one that you said that you really wanted to see what it was going to look like. It's not as vibrant as my other piece of this, but I actually really like that for what I'm going to be putting on this. This is the Crystal Heroic. It's 16 count Aida in an 18 by 27 piece, so this is a 1/4 cut. This is it right here. You can see that shimmer. I love it. On this side of it, you can definitely see that pink and blue coming through on the beautiful tan. This side is a little bit less, but that's totally okay with me. I like that it's so varied, but here you go. We'll get a big shot of it. This is going to be for the Stitchrovia, You Are My Sunshine, Happy When Skies Are Gray, and You'll Never Know, Dear, the 3-part series of the lyrics to You Are My Sunshine. I thought that this would be the perfect fabric. I want to put all 3 of the lyrics on one piece of fabric, and I'm going to do a border that I've already created for it. So I'm really stoked about that. If you don't know, I already almost completely stitched the first piece and half stitched the second one. I sent that to someone else who wanted to stitch it because she released the first 2 patterns together and never hinted that there would be the third one. So I stitched them and put them on the same piece of fabric, and then the third one came out and there was no room for me to add it. It really turned me off from the project because I didn't want to frame 2 together and one by itself. I created a border for the other 2, and it would have just ruined a lot of things, and I didn't like it. I just didn't. So I decided that I wanted to redo it on fancier fabric and crystal because I thought that that would really kind of be fun because of the song. And so I'm going to do them side by side. The yellow, the blue, and then the pink. So I thought this fabric would be perfect for that, to bring out those colors in the 3 monochromatic patterns. The next one, I got 2 pieces of this same color. They're both an 18 count. One is a 13 by 18 and one is an 18 by 27. This is in Picture This Plus Ancient, and I love the piece that I got for this. Look at that. It's so pretty. It looks like old parchment paper with spilled ink or slightly sooty from a fire. We're going to go with spilled ink. But look how beautiful this is. I absolutely love this. It's kind of off to the side, but I think part of that will be in my actual piece. If I don't like how dark that is, I can flip it to the other side. The other side is much lighter, but I really kind of like this. This smaller piece of 18 count Ancient is going to be for my Our Father prayer, or the Lord's Prayer by Stony Creek. Stony Creek? I think so, yes. So I'm really, really, really excited about that. That one is definitely getting started before the end of this year because I have been wanting to stitch those 2 prayers for forever. So if you can't guess what the 1/4 cut is going to be for, this is going to be for Heartstring Samplery's The Apostles' Creed. It's a much longer and larger pattern, and I'm pretty sure I have to, well, I'm not pretty sure. I have to stitch this long ways, which I'm totally fine with, but I might get a decent sliver off to the side to do a different pattern on. So this is the less intense side of this fabric, which is really nice. But I really do like the intense side. I just really like it. I love how this turned out. Again, one side has more dark than the other, but I really think that's going to be beautiful. I think it's going to make it look like an old piece of parchment that like came out of a Catholic cathedral, I don't know, overseas from Italy or something. That's what I'm thinking. That's exactly the look that I wanted and was going for, and I honestly can't wait. And I'm also planning on possibly doing more darker, richer, like jewel-toned, like maroon and navy instead of the called for colors on this one. So we'll see. We'll see. The next one that I got is another 1/4 size, which is my last 1/4 size, and honestly, I can now see why Emily is obsessed with this color. I literally want to buy a yard of this next year and just suck up the cost and just slowly stitch everything on this and call it a day. This is by far one of the coolest pieces I've ever gotten. I was originally going to do Bygone Stitches One Nation on Murky, and then I saw a piece of it in person. I liked it, but it wasn't what I was going for. I literally want this to look like a flag that's been in battle, is like 300 years old, and is like tattered and gross and muddy and dirty, and it's like fought for its country, okay? So what I decided to go for was Murky in 18 count. And this is, like I said, for Bygone Stitches One Nation, which is the flag that's red, white, and blue. It has 50 stars, but the stripes are the names of the states in the order that they were brought into the Union. It's really cool. So the piece that I got, again, half of it super dark, the other half not as dark. But honestly, I think this is going to make one really cool American flag. It's just going to look like it's, you know, it was rescued from the fields. It's going to be great. I love it. I love it. I haven't picked out the threads that I'm going to use for this, but with this fabric being so intense, I don't think I'm going to do specialty floss. I think I'm just going to do straight up DMC. I was contemplating doing specialty floss to make it stand out a little bit more, but I think it's going to stand out on this by itself. The next one that I got is a 14 count, which I'm not really super into 14 count anymore, but I got this to be a companion piece with my bee sampler, so that one was 14 count on Huntress, so I wanted the companion piece to also be on 14 count, so that way they looked really similar. So this is a 14 count 13 by 18 or 1/8 piece of Mystic, and it's a really nice navy blue. Now let me just say, I have a piece of Mystic that I'm doing something else on, but it's crystal. And the crystal honestly makes the Mystic look more turquoisey and not as dark as this is. This isn't as navy, I guess, as I would have liked it to be, but it is really beautiful. I'm trying to see if I can get it close to color, but I don't know if I can. That may be pretty close. But I do really like it, and I think that this will look really great with all those gold colors, the golds and the browns and that green. I think this will be perfect for one of the companion pieces to my bee sampler. The next one that I got is a 16 count, again, a 1/8, and this is in sand. This is the recommended color, but it's also recommended to be crystal, but I love the look of crystal. I hate stitching on it. So I really have to want that look in the end to stitch with it. It hurts my eyes. I'm just not the biggest fan of it. So I only get crystal on things that I really, really want to have that crystal look once it's done. For the Frosted Pumpkins pie sampler, having the fabric crystal really just didn't appeal to me. It actually kind of turned me off from the pattern if it would have been crystal. I love everybody that's doing it on the crystal, more power to you, but for me, sparkles around pie kind of just bleh. It's one thing on a cupcake, it's another on a pie. And I'm a big pie person, way more so than cake. That's why at my birthday this weekend we're having cookies, because I'm not a big cake fan. I love the way that cakes are decorated, and I think they're beautiful, and I love edible glitter and things like that. But on pie, I don't know. Anyways, also, being such a light fabric, I just didn't think that the crystal would really do a whole lot for me. So I decided to save my eyes on this. I don't know when I'm going to start the pie sal, or if by the time I decide to start it, if I'll even want to do it anymore. But should I choose to, I have the fabric for it. And should I not, this is a really good neutral and I can use it for anything. But I do like this fabric. I like the modeling on it. It's beautiful. So whether or not I use it as intended, it's a great piece. All right. The last two, can you believe we're not done? All right, so the last two, this one is Vesper. I'm pretty sure this is one of their 4 new colors of 2017. I feel like I'm getting the hiccups, and I apologize. This is an 18 count. It is beautiful. It's not really a mint green. It's kind of, I don't know. It's like if mint green and seafoam green had a baby splashed with a little bit of baby blue. That's what color you would get. That's just my opinion. There is some modeling in there, but it is rather light. I kind of like that. It's a little bit darker on this side, I think. I think you might be able to see it just a little bit better. Yep, there you go. It's a beautiful color. So I got this for another Emma Condon pattern. Hashtag Stitchrovia. She released a pattern in one of her newest magazines, and my best friend buys every single one of them that she can get her hands on, and she happens to have this one, and she's going to let me borrow it to stitch this piece. But she came out with a conversion pattern. It's like for your kitchen. It has like measuring cups and measuring spoons and like a whisk and stuff on it. It's really cute, and it has like a cup is okay, but it's in British conversions, or not British conversions. It's in the rest of the world conversions, metrics, and we don't use metrics here. So I will have to tweak those a bit to make them like ounces and cups and things like that. But that's not a big deal because that part is all back stitching. But I really want to do that pattern. I think it would be really cute. So I got the green to go with my yellow, blue, and green kitchen. This green doesn't exactly go with the lime green walls, but the place that I want to put it is not going to really matter. And I think it'd be really cute. So that's what the intentions of this one are. The last piece, and I got that wrong in my live video on my dyed panda. I thought this one was for the pattern that I'm about to talk about next, and that the fabric that I'm about to show next was for the conversion pattern, the cooking pattern, but I'm wrong. So this one, I actually really love this fabric, and I've been searching for a reason to have this in my repertoire for a while. This is Whirlpool. It's just so beautiful. It literally looks like a clear pool. Love it. This is 18 count, 1/8 size. This is only half of it. Here you go. This is going to be for the Frosted Pumpkins Fruit of the Month. I'm really excited to do it. So yes, I'm going to be doing that really complicated pattern. It's not complicated. It's a lot of colors. If you haven't seen it, it literally, the whole page is a list of colors, which is insane compared to most of their sales. But they put so many color details in the fruit, it's ridiculous. But in the little banners that say January through December, I am going to change those to be the Italian word for the name of the fruit. I messaged somebody a really long time ago who was doing that conversion, and I said, would you mind if I copy you? Because it's perfect. I have always grown up with some Italian stuff in my kitchen, and I have nothing Italian in my kitchen up here, and so I thought that would be a really fun way to do it, because I don't always like my samplers saying January through December. I kind of get over that. I usually sometimes leave off the months, period. So I thought it would be really fun to add the name of the fruit in Italian below it. So I have had that list in my inbox on Facebook for a very, very long time, but I've been waiting for this fabric to come in. I played with different fabric options many, many, many times, and it was never originally blue, but whenever I was looking at the colors in the pattern, blue is the only color not in the pattern. There's a lot of really bright yellows and oranges and reds and pinks and greens and basically, you know, all the colors of fruit. And so I thought that most of them would just pop on this blue color, and it would look great in my kitchen where I want to hang it. So that's what this is for. That was my picture this plus haul from the Christmas in July sale. It's fantastic. I think that, you know, if you're gonna go big with Picture This Plus and you can hold out all of these patterns, I've been so tempted to start since the sale, but I was like, no, I have awesome fabric coming. Don't start it on just anything. So, especially the prayers, which I know is not everybody's bag, but I'm so excited to start those. You have no idea. But that's my Picture This Plus order. Let me just tell you about one more thing, and then I'll talk about the book that I finished this week. So the other thing is, last week we did a final parade, or a finished parade of all my finished pieces, and everybody really liked that. This idea got started by Adele. I said that last week. She really wanted to see a whip parade, and she was also like, a stash parade and a this parade. And so I took to my dyed panda and asked y'all what y'all would want to see first. I'm glad that y'all chose the finished parade for October. Next month is going to be my stash parade, so you are going to see these fabrics again. However, any fabric that I have in my stash that has a designated pattern going towards it, if I have the pattern already, I'm going to kind of like show you what's going on what, and then we're just going to talk about just patterns in my stash and some other stuff, which brings me to the app that Michelle talked about in one of her videos. Michelle Garrett Bindi Stitchy, she talked about it in one of her videos, and I kind of think I'm going to go through and do this. So it was $2.99. It is the X Stitch app, and on the iPhone, it's like a teal square with a giant X on it. One, I think that it's really weird that you have to put in your email and create a login for this. I mean, and a password. I mean, let me just say, I don't think many people are going to go on my phone and be like, ooh, what's that girl stitching? Or even know what that app is. Like, that part of this concept really kind of boggles my mind. Like, I don't understand why it's just not using some of your storage on your phone. Like, where are they storing that information? I thought that was a little weird. That could just be me. I wish that you could customize this photo up here. It's kind of annoying that you can't, but that's fine with me. It is a beautiful one, and at least if you're going to have a sampler as the photo, you have uppercase and lowercase. Beautiful colors. It does say like journal entries, kits and charts, threads and linens. I don't know. It's how many of y'all use this? Do many of you use this app? Let me know what your thoughts are. These are just mine. I've only had it for a day. I've just been perusing it. The journal seems normal. So you have wish list, kitted, started, finished, and all. I kind of really like that. I currently have a PDF on my computer that does the same thing for me. But I'll just go into my Be Inkspired. I like that you can take a photo of it. So I took my teaser photo that I posted on Instagram of starting the Be Inkspired. I do like that they have almost every designer in the system to choose from. I don't really like that your start, you have to pick a specific day. I think that's kind of like weird in my opinion. I know that some people go by that, but some of my projects, I have no idea. I know the year that I started it, but I don't have the day. So I think it's kind of weird and arbitrary that you don't have the choice of just selecting a year. That's just me. It's just something that kind of bothers me. But also, I have a ton of whips. And so picking a day, just, I don't know. It seems weird to me. I feel like you should just be able to pick a year, and if you want to do a month and a date, that should be an option. Linen notes, I think that's really, really nice. Project notes, what would you put there? Like, I mean, I guess, like, if you convert any colors, maybe? Like, is that where you put all the colors in the pattern, or, like, the colors that you used? I'm not trying to be super critical. I'm also just trying to find out if any of y'all use this and how y'all use it, because I honestly don't know what to put there. That's the only thing that I could think of. Do you put your threads there, or if you made any changes, is that where you put them? Let me know. And then inventory, we have charts and kits. I should probably get in frame. We have charts and kits, threads, and linens. The threads, this is really, really crazy. I know that there are this many brands, but it kind of, I guess I kind of wish that it was, and again, my opinion only, I kind of wish that in the show All My Threads, there was an add button. And then whenever you put, like, I wish you could put, like, brand, and you could select the brand and do it like that way, instead of you have to scroll down and find the one that you need, And then you can add, and I added one earlier, and now it's not pulling it up. That's crap. I added one earlier. That's crap. Whatever. It took it away. Anyways, if I go in here, DMC cotton, if I do add, you know, I can like scroll, or I can type the number in the top. That seems simple enough. But let me just go to like 310. Like, again, question that I'm asking you. You guys who use this, okay? So, number on hand, is that how many are in your box, or is that how many are in all of your kits? And then you also down here in notes list your kits that it's in currently. And then do you go in every time you finish something and delete that kit out of the notes for every single color that you're putting away? I'm just asking, is that, because I know that some of y'all use this to keep track of what colors are in what project bags, but is that how y'all do that? So like in one project in the notes, you list all the colors, but then on here, you list where the colors are located. So I guess like if I go to my box and there's no 310, I can look at this and find any of my kits that have it. Is that how y'all do that? I'm just wondering, because I don't know if I would always remember to go back and take out the kit that it came from. Does that make sense? Are y'all like good at remembering to do that? I'm literally just curious on how you use these notes sections. But otherwise, I think it's a really good one. I don't like all the scrolling. I don't know. I feel like there should be like a search bar where you could type in like weeks instead of having to scroll so much. It's just personal preference. Shopping list, I think, is really cool. You can put things on your shopping list. I think that's really cool. Click to share. Like, are you just sharing it? Have any of you clicked to shared? Where are you sharing it? Like, just with, oh, you can share it on your Facebook? Is that like you're hoping that people go by you like DMC? Confused. Oh, scratch one of my complaints. You can change the home screen image. It's in the settings. So you can change the home screen image and you can recommend a designer. So if there's a new designer, or like if nobody's added Busby Designs in here from Etsy for the Plague Doctor one, I could recommend them to be a designer added to the list. That's interesting. And then frequently asked questions. Maybe I should have read this before asking y'all. Maybe not. I don't know. But that is really cool. You can change the home screen image. So I take that one back. But anyways, I need to play with this more. I need to go through all of my whips. So that's another reason why it's great that I'm putting whips off until December. But also I just wanted to make sure that the whips video was in December, so that way it was all my whips going into 2018. That's kind of how I wanted to do that. So it'll probably be one of my last videos of the year. But, yeah, so I wanted to give this a shot. Michelle recommended it to me because I know that she uses it. But she's traveling today, so I didn't really get to ask her too many questions about it as I was like looking around on it earlier and kind of like playing and seeing how it worked and things like that. So that's why I was like, I'm going to pose the question to y'all. How do y'all use this app if you do have this app? That's how I would think that you would use those notes boxes. So let me know in those comments and down below. The other thing that I was going to tell you about is I did finish a book this week. I finally finished Beautiful Creatures. The movie is way better, but it's kind of like a train wreck. Now that I've gotten past the first book, I need to read the others. I'm in an audiobook, listen to them, because it's kind of like, I wonder if it's going to get better. Maybe. So, I'll probably give that a try. So yeah, I did finish Beautiful Creatures. It wasn't horrible, but I did like the movie better. I don't know. The book dragged a little bit for me. It was a little bit different. I do like that it didn't add in so kind of sad compared to the movie. I mean, they didn't die, but they also didn't end up together. So, I mean, I don't know. It wasn't, I rated it a 3. It wasn't amazing, but like I said, it's like a train wreck. You just can't stop looking at it no matter how much you don't want to look at it. And I'm kind of one of those people, unless it's really awful, I kind of want to torture myself enough to find out if it's going to get any better. And then if it doesn't, I stop. It's not as bad as that Janet Ivanovich series. And sadly, I love the Stephanie Plum books. But I hated that one series that I read several months ago. And I forced myself to finish the second and third book because there was only 3. And I felt like it was doable. They were all really horrendous. It was the Lizzie and Diesel series. Do not recommend. But anyways, this is a longer than usual video, but I get really excited whenever talking about fabric. So you know my stash video and my whip parade video is definitely going to be long as well. But for the most part, I am going to try and bring it back, aside from those special edition videos, to be my normal length, which is much shorter. I prefer them. I personally prefer them. Y'all probably prefer them. I don't know. I just assume people are busy and everyone's behind on FlossTube, so the shorter you make it and the faster you can get it done, the more FlossTube you can watch, right? So anyways, thank y'all for joining me, and I will see y'all next week. Like I said, if you want to know about the excitement that's going to happen this weekend, check out my floss vlog on Tuesday, and I will see y'all next week. Bye, guys.